Hi, and welcome to another narration, presented by yours truly, Cryptid's Roost. Please be so kind as to throat punch the like button and smack the arse of the subscription button as well. And remember to chokehold that notification bell and then select all. That way you'll receive all notifications each time I upload a new video. I would like to reach out and say a huge thank you to those of you who have supported Cryptids Roosts financially with your sponsorship. We pray the good Lord replenishes you abundantly, and to those of you who will, later on. We pray the good Lord bless you as you do so. And also a huge thank you to everyone for always supporting the channel with your likes, comments and shares as well. It is all very much appreciated. God bless you all. I have now implemented the auto-generated subtitles option in as many videos as possible. This will help all of our hard of hearing listeners. I hope this helps. Enjoy. Why not hashtag cryptidsroost in your comments? So grab your coffee, sit back and enjoy the show. And don't forget, where fear is, happiness is not. I'm a sheriff in a small town that ain't quite right. Part 1. This awesome short series is written by nomad65555, a wonderful author over on Reddit. If you'd like to hear more of their works, the Reddit link to their profile will be below in the description. I was elected sheriff 5 years ago, after working as a deputy under my predecessor for 20 years. The race was tight and I won by around 100 votes. This town has never been quite right. We are in the middle of nowhere, America. Our town is so small we don't even appear on the map. I grew up here, but it is only when I got into law enforcement that I started realising the extent of the weirdness that goes on around here. The people are typically friendly, except when you're arresting them, and the vast majority of calls we get are drunk and disorderly charges at the single bar in town, property disputes, or the occasional sheep or cattle rustler. However, without fail, we will once a week get a call from a local farmer at exactly 3:34 PM about a strange looking man walking through his front yard. The farmer's name is James Nelson. Since this is such a small town, I personally take a great many calls, especially since I only have one deputy who spends most time drunk than a lot of the people we take in from the aforementioned local bar. Honestly, I'd be afraid to ride with the man when he's sober. Usually when we get the call, I jump in my 20-year-old Tahoe and run the 40-minute trip to Nelson's farm. Obviously when I get there the man is gone, and we've tried waiting there for him several times. The first few times I thought the man was drunk, high, lying or some other form of irrational. However, when week 5 rolled around and Nelson again called into the station, I figured there must be some truth to it. Nelson describes the man as short and in a dirty suit and tie. He says the man looks dishevelled, but he won't speak to Nelson when he tries, just tips his hat and walks into the woods. Nelson tried to follow him once, but as soon as he entered the woods, the man vanished. Mr. Nelson built his farmhouse and barns back in the 1990s, so it's not some ghostly apparition of a previous owner. The only way I can explain this away is that it's some homeless person who's got a hold of a suit and is living in some hideout in Nelson's woods. Today at 3:34, I got a phone call from Nelson, but this time it was different. Nelson said that the man was standing dead still in his yard, looking through his front window. Thinking I may have finally got a way to stop the constant phone calls from Nelson, I jumped in my truck and drove to Rollin' Run Ranch with my lights and sirens blaring. I made the drive in 30 minutes instead of 40. When I arrived, there was, as promised, a man in a suit standing in Nelson's front yard. I got out of my unit and placed my hands on my sidearm. "Sheriff's Department, I'm going to need you to place your hands in the air, sir." The man was about 5'3", probably around 140 pounds, wearing a dirty suit and tie, with a top hat. When I spoke to the man, he didn't put his hands up, he just turned towards me with a big toothy grin. "Sir, raise your hands!" I inched closer to the man. "Sir?" The man just stood there with that big cheesy toothy grin on his face. I continued inching closer, and when I just stood outside of grabbing distance to cuff the man, he turned and bolted. I chased after him, but the moment he got to the trees, he vanished. Just like that. Gone. He passed behind a tree and just poof, gone. I searched the woods, looked where he was standing in the yard, and there was no sign the man was ever there. No depression in the grass, no prints in the mud, nothing. It was like the man was never there. I walked to the door of the house and told Nelson the man was gone. He was understandably unhappy that I hadn't caught him, but in my defence I am 46 years old. I'm no spring chicken or young deputy. I gave Nelson my cell phone number and told him to give me a call if the man came back. I got maybe 5 minutes away from the ranch when I got a call from Nelson.
Sheriff Baker?
Yes, who is this?
It's Nelson again, Sheriff. He's back.
At this, I whipped my unit into a U-turn and raced back to the ranch. When I arrived again, the man was sure enough standing exactly where he was the first time I got there. I parked my truck and got out, careful to shut my door as quietly as possible. I snuck up behind the man, careful to be silent, and suddenly, as hard as I could, shouldered him in the back, knocking him over. I got on top of him and cuffed him, read him his rights and put him in the back of my unit. I notified Nelson and got back in my truck to take the man back to the station. On the ride back, I tried to ask the man questions. He wouldn't tell me his name or answer any other question. He just gave me that unsettling smile, and that's when I noticed that his eyes had begun to glow red. I didn't talk anymore on the way back. When I got back to the station, I again tried to question the man, but again got nothing but that creepy smile and the glowing red eyes. I put the man in the holding cell and charged him with trespassing and evading arrest in order to keep him here until I get a straight answer of who he is. I have a lot more stories from this small town, and I'm sure I'll be getting more in the future. I'll continue to update as time goes on. I just hope I don't get another call from Ralph about that screaming in his cupboards again. This is Sheriff Baker, signing off. Don't forget, if you enjoyed that story, be sure to pop over to the author's Reddit profile and drop them a line, or even give them a glowing review. I'm sure they really would appreciate it. The link to their Reddit profile will be below in the description. Please be so kind as to throat punch the like button and smack the ass of the subscription button as well. And remember to tap the notification bell and then select all. That way you'll receive all notifications each time I upload a new video. Oh, and don't forget to share the video far and wide. This will all help with YouTube's algorithm and will help to promote this channel more. And don't forget to check out the merch store. The link will be in the description and also in the video thumbnail. And if you would like an honourable mention, send in a snapshot of yourself with your purchase and I'll feature it in one of the videos. I now have my very own subreddit community where you can submit any stories you've written. You can submit your stories or encounters either there or send them to cryptidsroost@gmail.com. If you wish to remain anonymous, that's fine with me. All the links are below. I also have a Facebook group, Twitter, Reddit, and you'll also find me on Discord. If you would like to support this channel and help make it grow, my PayPal is paypal.me/cryptidsroost. Again, that will also be below. And don't forget, where fear is, happiness is not.